Jerry on the way.
All right, thank you, Tom. We continue our look at Connecticut 2020 with how students will be making the grade 10 years from now. As Brad Drayson found out, our schools plan to ride technology to bigger and better things in the future.
And you wouldn't get as much near the polls.
Today's students have the world at their fingertips, and as access to information from poll to poll increases by the day, math, science, and world language grow in importance.
A lot of people will say that mathematics is the language of science.
Educators across Connecticut and the nation, like Richard Therian and Ken Matthews, are planning for the next decade with STEM initiatives as a focal point.
About 85% of jobs available to them will be jobs in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The common element to predict whether or not our kids will have access to these jobs and be successful in these jobs will be their achievement in math and science.
A major priority is to bridge what's called the math-science international gap. Toward that end, the state is taking a twofold approach.
We need to prepare people to be scientists and mathematicians. That's one of our goals. That means taking our top-level students and making sure they have access to the best teachers, the best courses.
The other targets the kids who will enter the workforce straight out of high school.
They need science skills. They want people that can sit and problem solve, that can find data, talk about it with other people, figure out what it means, and come up with a solution.
¿Está bien o no? The international focus is the strongest, of course, in world language circles, where leaders have identified 3 critical languages of study.
Chinese, Arabic, Farsi.
Mandarin Chinese is already being offered in dozens of Connecticut school districts, including West Hartford, where world language supervisor Lucy Cartland says producing good communicators is paramount.
Particularly for countries that are so involved in our politics, our economics, in peace around the world.
As the vision of the year 2020 comes into focus, educators in all disciplines are looking toward technology as the launching pad for new learning opportunities.
The whole technology as collaboration is going to change the way that we do things, I think, at a classroom level.
This is Mission Control, Houston.
Earlier this month, Connecticut 5th graders were linked up for a live Q&A with the commander on board the International Space Station.
And how does the water taste after it's been recycled?
Well, after the water is recycled, it tastes just like the best water you could possibly get.
Richard Therian believes that kind of learning will become more of a rule than a rarity.
We're going to get kids who are able to find information so much faster than we ever think. We're going to have to change our way of teaching. We're going to have to say, we're not delivering facts to you anymore. We're not testing you on how much facts you know. We're testing you on what you put together in use.
Lucy Cartland says pen pals will become Skype pals. Workbooks and textbooks will go the way of the Ming Dynasty.
Instead of having a worksheet that takes them around the community, they'll be able to go around the community, maybe even in 3D. We'll be graduating students with not only fluency in a language, but also with a deep understanding of what culture is about and what people are about.
And as we look ahead, many believe it's what we can't imagine right now that's bound to have the greatest impact in 2020.
With the way technology is influencing what we do in the classroom, anything is possible.
Brad Drayson, NBC Connecticut News.
Tomorrow night, we'll take a close